Well, it's been a while, and to give you a quick update, I did not add the Omega constellation to my collection. However, I got what is arguably the next best thing, the Oris Aquis Cherry Red, that once took the YouTube watch world by a storm. Better late than never, right? Let's jump right into it. What makes this watch special is the cherry red dial paired with the silver embossed elapsed timer. This combination gives this watch the two key characteristics rarely found on any watches in this segment. These two things combined makes for a fun watch you can wear on your day off, or for a semi-elegant watch you can wear on your special night out with your spouse. If you are familiar with an Aquis, you'll be familiar with this watch design. It looks like a circular puck on your wrist in the best way possible. The sides of the watch is completely brushed, except for the side profile of the bezel that also extends down a little bit, which is high polish. The high polish creates a reflective band around the watch, giving it a visual separation between the bezel and the case side. The brushing here is very finely done. From a bit of a distance, it looks more like a satin finish rather than brushing. This softened the watch profile down a bit, pulling it away from being a true rugged and tough feeling watch. On the opposite side of the case, we have something rather unique. Here we will find an assembled crown guard that looks to be replaceable in case you somehow damage it, which I don't think is possible. Nestled between it is the crown itself, which is signed Oris on top of a sandblasted finish. When we flip over the watch to the top side, we are greeted with plenty of high polish. Everything from the luck top, the crown, the indices, the handsets, and the embossed marker on the bezel, making this watch sparkle even in dim light situation. The only finishing contrast we can see is the well-executed sandblasting of the background layer of the bezel. To be honest, this watch gives off a Rolex Yachtmaster vibe. Flipping it to the back, we can see the movement with the signature Oris red rotor. The case back itself is pretty minimally decorated by modern standard. There are some laser printing, but it doesn't scream the spec sheet at you, if you know what I mean. As far as the bracelet is concerned, this is a unique one. Usually we would see brushing on the outer links and polished links on the center, but on an Aquis, it's the opposite. And if a watchmaker is aiming for a more flashy look, this would be the way to go in my book. Because as the link flows on your wrist, there's simply more light play. The clasp is a standard affair. It is milled with micro adjustment holes, plus a robust looking all or nothing dive extension. Comfort on the wrist is excellent, but if you have a 7-inch wrist like me, I would suggest you go with the 43mm version of this design, as this looked a little bit dainty on my wrist, to be honest. Because of the integrated luck design, makes the luck to luck distance for this watch quite short. Here comes the sunburst dial. This unique red dial is simply stunning. In certain lighting, it is a very deep maroon, but when the light hits it just right, the maroon color lightens up and dances with the light. The dial surface looks to be lacquered, and you can see the second hands reflect off of it while gliding across the surface. All the indices and hands are highly polished, and the tip of the indices that points towards the center of the dial is slightly sloped, creating more light play as you roll your wrist and gives more depth to the dial. Without closely looking at these small details, you could easily miss out on how much attention Oris has put into designing their Aquis. I'm very glad that Oris used a black date disc on this specific model, because it allows the dial to be the star. Usually a white date wheel sticks out like a sore thumb on any watch, especially when they are contrasting too much with the dial itself. Last but not least, the text on the dial. Nothing stands out here too much. It is very well balanced and simple to read. The only thing that took me by surprise and made me thought I had received a fake was the word pressure resistant. Usually this would be written as water resistant on other watches. It made me pull out my phone and go straight to the Oris website to double check. So if you're wondering, no, it's not fake, but you gotta check. The competitions I see for this watch in this price range from mainstream brands are the likes of Longines Hydro Conquest, Seiko Marine Master Tuna 300, and the Seiko Marine Master, or what we call MM200. I own all three and think each has their own strength and weakness. If you want to see that comparison, comment down below to let me know. As far as Tissot, Mido, and other Swatch brands, I don't think they come close to this watch. Sadly, I do not have access to more independent brands or micro brands to compare this to. I think a good comparison would be something from the Christopher Ward or Formex collection. Getting to the dimension of the watch, this watch is 41.5mm in diameter, 12.6mm thick, and 48 luck to luck. The movement within this watch is a modified Sellita SW200, which Oris calls the caliber 733. This caliber beats at 4 Hz, comes with a 26 joules, and it hacks and hand winds. But sadly, it only comes with a power reserve of 38 hours, which is quite lacking in today's standard. On the wrist, it is comfortable, but as I mentioned earlier, if you have a bigger wrist like mine and looking to buy an Oris, go for the 43mm version. That should fill up your wrist much more. In conclusion, I would recommend this watch to anyone looking to break free from the black, blue and green dive watches on the market. The unique red on this watch does not come often on dive watch, especially at this price range. Stay tuned for my next video and don't forget to like, subscribe and share this review with your friends. Follow me on Instagram and see you next time. Peace.